How the first humans survived early days on Earth. Long before cities rose from stone and metal, before names, nations, or even language, there was silence. A raw, untouched earth. The wind spoke through the trees, rivers carved their paths, and the skies burned with stars. And there, hidden among beasts and storms, the first humans walked. They had no maps, fire, no weapons. Only instinct, and a fragile will to live. If you're fascinated by where it all began, you're in the right place. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share, because this journey through time will make you see humanity like never before. It was an unforgiving world. Every sunrise brought danger. Every shadow could mean death. The early men and women faced predators larger, faster, and stronger than themselves: saber-toothed cats, dire wolves, mammoths that could crush a man beneath their feet. Their homes were caves, cliffs, or the branches of trees. Nights were cold, the kind that bit into the bone. When rain came, it was relentless. When drought came, it starved everything that breathed. Yet somehow, they endured. They learned to move silently through forests, to smell the change in the wind, to sense when danger was near. Their hearts beat fast, but they kept moving. Because stopping meant dying. Days turned to weeks. Hunger became their teacher. They scavenged what they could: roots, fruits, and the leftovers from predators' kills. Somewhere in their minds, a spark of understanding began to grow. To survive, they must adapt. They began shaping stones into sharp edges, crude tools that could cut meat or skin hides. For the first time, they weren't just victims of the wild, they were shaping it. But nature fought back. Storms tore through valleys. Rivers swallowed entire groups. The night sky flashed with lightning, as if the gods themselves were watching. And yet those tiny sparks of courage never went out. Then came a night that changed everything. Somewhere, deep in the dark, lightning struck a tree and the forest caught fire. The air filled with heat and fear. But one human watched. They felt the warmth, the light. And instead of running, they reached toward it. That moment, that single act of courage, changed the destiny of mankind. Fire became life. It chased away the darkness. It kept away the beasts. It turned cold nights into places of safety and storytelling. With fire, they cooked food, forged weapons, and hardened their will. They were no longer prey. They were becoming something greater. As time moved on, early humans began to think not just about surviving, but thriving. They hunted together, learning the art of patience, teamwork, and strategy. A signal here, a whisper there, and the hunt began. They built shelters from bones, hides, and branches. They learned that unity meant strength, that a tribe could defend what one alone could not. Every scar on their bodies was a story, a reminder that life was not given, but earned. Children grew watching their elders fight the wild, and slowly, they began to understand something deeper, that life wasn't just about living, it was about learning. Over generations, those who survived became stronger, wiser. They carved symbols into stone, painted on cave walls, and passed down stories beside the glow of fire. Each story spoke of courage, love, loss, and triumph. They began to see themselves not as animals but as something more. They looked to the stars and wondered what lay beyond. They watched the seasons change and began to predict their rhythm. The mind of humanity was awakening. From the ashes of struggle rose the seeds of civilization. Every moment of comfort we have today, every home, every meal, every breath of safety began there. With people who had nothing, yet